Chinese garter is called Chinese jump rope in other countries. It originated from China in the 7th century. They play it before during the celebration of Chinese New Year. It was passed from generation to generation and has become popular even in other countries. Chinese jump rope combines the skills of hopscotch with some of the patterns from the hand and string game cat's cradle. The game began in the 7th century in China. In the 1960s, children in the Western Hemisphere adopted the game. German-speaking children call Chinese jump rope gummy twist, and British children called it elastics.
The game is typically played in a group of at least 3 players with a rope approximately 16 feet in length tied into a circle. Traditional Chinese jump ropes are strings of rubber bands tied together, but today, many varieties of commercial rope exist. 2 players face each other standing 9 feet apart and position the rope around their ankles so that it is taut. The third player stands between the 2 sides of the rope and tries to perform a designated series of moves without making an error or pausing. Chinese jump rope became popular in the United States in the 1960s. It is also popular in Europe, Canada, and China.
Chinese garter, a game requiring flexibility, adjust, and coordination, is a famous game for Filipino kids, most particularly among young ladies amid their elementary years. The game rotates around a normal garter, around a few yards in length, which be bought from sewing store at around 20 pesos or less. With the mechanics considered, the game normally closes after the most astounding bounce. Be that as it may, few children would keep playing the game in reverse. Rather than raising the garter higher, the post will keep the strap down to its lower position. The game will then have another go, to have the capacity to achieve the garter by bowing in reverse until the point when players come back to the least level.
This game definitely requires skill. Aside from jumping, you have to be creative by doing cartwheels to reach the highest level. This game needs you to be physically fit, for this will test your stamina, agility, and your jumping skills. It needs a flexible body to keep up for the game. Before the game starts, you will need a rubber bands, garter or rope, whichever you prefer, and as to how long the length you will be using. With 2 players holding each side of the garter stretch, players must cross off the other side without tripping on the garter. The garter gradually goes higher as the game's level progresses.
Mechanics of playing Chinese garter. Players are divided into 2 or more teams with a minimum of 2 members per team. They will do rock, paper, scissors to determine who will play first. The loser of rock, paper, scissors shall serve as game posts as they stand opposite each other and hold each end of the garter. The objective of the game then is to be able to successfully jump over the garter as it is gradually held higher by the game post. Each team has its own team leader, more commonly known as the mother. Once a team member either touches the garter or fails to jump at a certain level, the mother can still save her team by taking her team member's turn. Failure to do so will lead to the team's elimination by making the new game post and will bring the game back to the first level.
The Chinese garter game is usually subdivided into 10 levels. Most of the time, however, the players may decide for their desired numbers of levels for their game. Here is an example of the levels being used to give you an idea of the game. Level 1. The garter is being held by the post closer to the ground. Level 2. Knee high. Level 3. Around the height of their hips. Level 4. Waist high. Level 5. Chest high. Level 6. Shoulder high. Level 7. Head high. Level 8. At the tip of the head. Level 9. A few inches above the head. Level 10. Also known as the father or mother jump, as high as a kid raising his arm high on tiptoes.
Chinese garter is really fun to play. You must have a good physical and balancing capabilities to have an advantage playing this. This is a good exercise game for children. Here are some fitness and health benefits that we can get in playing Chinese garter. First, it improves and maintains cardiovascular health. Second, it improves flexibility, balance, and coordination. Third, it strengthens the muscles, promotes their development, and increases their efficiency.
It boosts our immune system, reduces obesity, and diminishes the risk of having a chronic disease, reduces the chance of having osteoporosis.